Ladies, let me ask you a question, just a rough estimate. How many dates do you think you have been on in your dating life? Okay. I don't care if you started last week, last year, a decade ago, if you started during COVID or after, or when you were 15, doesn't matter. How many dates do you think roughly you have been on? Okay. Now, I'm not trying to rub it in your face the fact that you're single, but if you're watching this video, you're probably single. You've been on a lot of dates, but of course, things just don't work out. It is what it is, right? However, I wanted to make this video to make dating easier, to make it more efficient for you, because I feel like a lot of the problems we have can easily be, there's an easy solution to a lot of them with just a different way of thinking or understanding the things I'm about to talk about. Now, some of these things, as you can see, are going to be controversial, but I truly do believe these things. If you adapt this mindset, these rules of the game, I feel like you will play it better, okay? First one, jumping right into this, is you gotta know it's a game. I don't care what you think about it. Mother Nature doesn't care what you think about it. The men you're dating doesn't give a shit what you think about it. You have to accept the fact that the Disney fairy tale, or why can't we all just get all that bullshit, is not a thing. It is a game, meaning there are winners, there are losers, there are people who are better than you, there are people who are trying to take your head off, there are people who are playing the game competitively, and there's going to be upsides, downsides, ups, down, all these type of things, okay? It is a game, and unless you accept that, and you understand that, hey, I need to get better and develop certain skills to get from point A to point B, you're not going to win. If you are someone who is sitting around thinking, F all this online dating stuff, F all this dating coach stuff, why does it have to be so difficult? I'm the prize. People just need to work on communicating and communication skills and clarifying things and stop playing. No, that's never going to happen. That is never going to happen. You have to accept there's going to be bumps in the road. Your job is to get to point A to point B. The best and the most efficient way of doing that possible is to understand it's a game and to smooth the path by getting better at the game. Now, with that being said, number 2, this is probably the most controversial one. You have to understand your competition isn't men, it is other women. When a man is playing games with a woman, it is because, and you lack clarity, right? Where he stands, what he wants, what he's doing, where it's going. It's not because he wants to play those games on purpose. Now, sometimes it is, but most of the time it's because he lacks clarity on what he wants with you and where he wants to go with you on this journey, because there are other women who are playing the game really, really, really well. Okay, who are your competition, who he also has an eye for, who he is also talking to, who is making it very making it very difficult for him to take you off the market. Think of it like this. If you're the only woman on the island with a bunch of men, this would be no contest. Every man would kill each other, literally kill each other, to get with you. But that's not the fact. That's not what's happening here. Instead, it's a bunch of men talking to multiple women because so many women are playing the game so well that he is unsure which one to choose. Now, of course, there are guys out there who are emotionally unavailable, who are wanting to be single, who are wanting to talk to multiple women. But if you're talking to a guy, and there's a lot of them out there, ladies, who actually want relationships, but he's being very uncertain on what he wants to do or progressing this forward, despite things going well, he is talking to other women, and or he is not fully convinced that you are the woman who can fill this role, when there are also other women out there, your competition, who are just killing it right now. Women do not like that, but that is the truth, okay? Third thing, you must absolutely 100% know. And I know you like this. It's like, well, yeah, I know this, Elliot, but a lot of you don't do this. You gotta be courted. What does this look like? It is A guy investing his resources, time, energy, effort, money, all that type of stuff into you consistently over time to prove his worth, to get your validation, to get your what I call IOIs, to get indicators of interest, right? That you are feeling the same way, it's mutual, and then you progress forward. Ladies, men are always good at courting you the first month. I have a bunch of videos on this. Men are amazing at courting you the first month. And again, you don't know if he wants a relationship. You don't know if he's unsure. You don't know if he's emotionally unavailable for the first month, because either way, all these guys know they got to put some effort in to get something out, okay? They know this. Your job is to look for the guy's background. Is he emotionally available? Is he ready to date? Has he ever been in a serious relationship? Has he just gotten out of a relationship? You have to figure that stuff out. And then you have to figure out consistency. Is this guy consistently trying to see me, trying to progress this relationship? When you don't see that, ladies, and you're still trying to make it work because you like the guy, that's where it's going to fall flat and smack you in the face, right? You're going to fall flat on your face. It's not going to look pretty. As soon as a guy stops courting you, the game is over. If a guy stops courting you, ladies, this means he believes he has you. This means literally, but just by the definition of it, like why guys court, they're trying to figure something out. They're trying to win you over. They're trying to prove themselves. They're trying to show to you that they are the best option. If he stops doing that, it's only one of two things. He feels like he has you or he has done that job, or he feels like you like him enough that he's not worried you're going anywhere. That's literally the only two reasons, ladies. So you have to be courted. Wait, where are we on? The fourth thing here is, because of all that, you have to talk to other people. Never, ever, ever. I don't know why you all do this. This is why men always win at the game. Never take yourself off the market for a guy who is not your boyfriend. I don't know why you all do this. I don't care if you're talking about exclusivity. It's not like I'm yelling at you guys. I don't mean to. But I don't care about exclusivity talk. He's bullshitting you. It's called the prisoner's dilemma. Look it up, right? He's bullshitting you. He knows if you both agree to exclusiveness, right, but he doesn't follow the rules and you do, he gets one up on you. He can have his cake and eat it too without you worrying, or without worrying about you talking to other people, because you're a good girl following the rules, okay? So don't believe it. There's no reason to believe it. Not only that, dating is a numbers game, ladies. If you want to succeed, you got to go up and bat more. You got to get more bats up there. You can't just do one and then or two and the season's over. You got to keep on playing until you hit that home run. And trust me, it is a numbers game. The problem I see with so many women and why they're single for so long is they don't date enough. I talked about it in my last video. I did a poll of women and asked them, how many dates have you been on in the last 6 months? Like 75 of them have been on 1 to 5 dates, right? And a lot of them were telling me in the DMs, oh, I haven't been on any. I've been working on myself. Stop that bullshit. Stop. You need to be dating. If you want a relationship, you need to be dating. If you want to get better at dating, you got to date, okay? It's trial and error. It's molding and adapting along the way. You will not beat the women, right, who are consistently dating. There's no way. It's impossible. I don't care if you go away to some retreat and find out like this third eye fucking insight potential you have. No, you will not beat the woman who during that time has went on a shitload of dates and has learned and reflected on the fact, okay? Fifth thing, ladies, is you have to play the game slowly. You have to understand that dating is a timeline from point A to point B, and there's a bunch of things that go along that timeline, such as the guy meeting you, courting you, winning you over, having sex with you, then post-sex, then relationship, all those type of things. He's wanting to speed that up to get here to the sex part because that's where he has the power. As soon as he courts, like you always see guys love, again, it's not a coincidence. Why do guys always love bomb in the beginning? Why are they not love bombing at the end? Should he like you a lot more at the end and just be all giddy and do all these things? Okay, but why doesn't he? Why is he always doing it in the beginning? Because he wants to win you over. He wants to get those IOIs. He wants to save on resources and do it in a short period of time instead of a long-term time. So he intensifies it, gets what he wants, and then he can coast the rest of the way. Ladies, when you slow it down, you prevent that. It's just like, so you have better reaction time. It's no different than driving. If you're driving 35 miles an hour and you see a car come in front of you, or a kid, or a cow, I don't know why I'm saying cow, deer, you can slow down, you can swerve, you can adjust. Your brain has a lot of time to think. When you're speeding up, it splits decisions. You can't do that in dating, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is, when you're slowing it down, you're getting courted more. A guy just naturally has to invest more. He's not going to invest once he gets in your pants and that's what he's looking for. He's going to slow it down, and then you're going to lose all power, all control. So you have to play the slow game, ladies. Which kind of goes to number 6 here. Timing is everything. When I talk about courtship, ladies, the two things men are after is, or a better way to put it is, the best way for a woman to uphold her value in the marketplace is to put a price on that. I don't mean that in a hookerish way. I just mean the guy has to invest, or impress, right? Invest and impress. For a guy putting all that effort in, he's looking for your time, and he's looking to be intimate with you. If a woman could put value on those two things by making a guy work for him, not just giving him your time because you like him, or feeling, a little tingle in your panties so you sleep with him or mess around. No, right? Timing is everything. You have to slow down the time. You have to control the pace. You have to sleep with him later, in my opinion. You have to have him court you, invest, try to get to know you in order to get time with you. A guy just can't say, hey, you want to come over, and you give that to him because you like him. He has to earn that shit. Women who get taken advantage of, meaning like a guy plays her or games her or stuff like that, she's usually bad at two things: managing the time and or her IOIs, meaning she gave away too much too early, and a guy doesn't have to focus on the time because he feels like he has her. There is no deadline. He's not worried about a relationship because he doesn't feel like you're going anywhere, okay? Which kind of leads me to the next thing. Again, this is controversial, but dating is transactional. It is. I always say dating is transactional, love is more sacrificial, meaning I will do anything for the woman I love. But if we're dating or we just met, the reason I'm dating you and I'm talking to you or I swiped on you is because I want something from you. Whether that is, your validation because I am trying to win you over because I like you, or if it's trying to get in your pants. There's no reason for any man that you just met, ladies, to put your needs before his unless he gets something from it. So if a guy's taking you out on a nice date, you might be like, oh, that's a nice guy. I can't believe he did that. You don't think he's trying to get something from that? Well, Elliot, not all guys are like that. No, they might not be, but you should assume they are because he doesn't know you from Eve. He doesn't owe you anything. Why would he do this unless he's just trying to get something from it? You have to understand from an evolutionary perspective, right? That's my background, evolutionary psychology, right? The job of the organism is to survive and reproduce. When it comes to survival, well, reproduce is kind of like the reward for surviving long enough and doing well. But when it comes to survival, one of those things is being risk avoidant and being very resourceful. If I am a guy, it would be stupid for me just to spend all my resources on things, right, and not get anything from them. I got to be very tight with my resources. I got to be smart with them. So if I see a woman that I like, I'm not just going to spend money on her or do dumb shit with her unless I'm trying to get something from her. Hopefully that makes sense. And vice versa, ladies. You shouldn't be giving guys anything if they haven't earned it, right? That's just the nature of the game. Soon as you start forgetting this and you're just doing things because you're feeling all good inside your fucking tummy, you're getting these butterflies and some tinglies in your panties, you already lost. Number 8, this kind of goes with number 2 here. You always need to be improving. I hate to say this. This is just human nature. The ladies, whether you know them or not, they're preying on your downfall. Why would they want you to do well if they're not? Why would they want you to get this guy that they're after, right? You have to, even if people don't think like that, you have to understand, though, that people in general naturally want to gravitate up. They want to improve. If you're the same chick you were, right, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, you're not, you're falling behind. You're falling behind because in that time, there's women who have lost weight. There are women who have learned. There are women who have managed their life and their life, responsibilities and had more and moved that shit around to get more time to date, to find out about men. There are women who are watching and reading my material and again, having a tighter game. You always need to be improving, not only because of women, but because of men. Men are just getting better at the game. Men are getting smarter. Men know how to court and play and this and that, do all these things to win you over. And if you're just naive and you're that same chick that you were 5 years ago or 2 years ago, or, say you just got out of a 3-year relationship, like you got a lot of learning to do. You always need to be improving. Dating is a hierarchy type of game. You want a high quality dude, you got to be a high quality woman. That's just the way it works, especially with men. Women do not like me saying this, but it is proven time and time again in terms of research and studies from David Buss in evolutionary psychology that when it comes, it's called mate value discrepancy. There's no way on average, when I say average, I mean high average. I don't mean 51%, but high average, 85 plus, that a guy who is an 8, he will never fucking date and stay with a 5 and be happy. Ladies, that is not a thing, and vice versa. The larger that gap is, the more concern there is, that ends up coming up later on. Meaning if you're the lower number, you're more likely to if the guy's a lower number, he might be more territorial, he might be more aggressive, he might be more possessive. When I say possessive, he might be more possessive, aggressive. He might be all these things. If you're the higher number, especially if it's a guy, he's more likely to cheat. He's more likely to see what else is out there. He's more likely to entertain and flirt with other women. He's more likely to be really close with his lady friends and his secretary, all that type of stuff. It's just called mate value discrepancy. You want to close the gap by becoming a better version of yourself so you can find higher quality men. That's just the way it is. Number 9, texting is overrated. I am not saying you don't need text. Text is definitely needed. But I feel like too many people rely on it. And the reason people are relying on it is because they're not getting the dates. Here's my opinion on what the cadence or pacing should look like. If you're talking to a guy, you should be going on 1 date a week. It should be building up to whether if you're on the 5th or 6th week, you should be seeing each other twice a week. And texting, I think you should still text every day, but people have these like long conversations over text all the time. And I feel like it actually kills the relationship more than it builds it. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk every day on text. You should, but you shouldn't have these long, you get what I'm saying. If it's filling the gap and you're not seeing the person, that's where's the problem. Instead, try to see the person. If anything, texting should be made or should be used to make a date. Then you can have fun with texting. That's pretty much what I mean. If you're not getting dates and you're doing this majority of the time, we got a problem. And of course, the last one, what I've kind of been preaching through this entire thing is don't trust any dude. I don't care if he's talking about being exclusive. I don't care if he's spending a fortune on you. Do not trust anyone. There's a great saying I live by, and it has never steered me wrong. Now you can say you're cynical, but it has never steered me wrong. You will be astonishingly good at predicting the behaviors of others if you always assume they're acting in their own best interest. And in dating, it is a dog-eat-dog world. You should assume he's doing everything in his own best interest and only helping you out, right? Maybe, yeah, sure, maybe he likes you, but he's benefiting from it until proven otherwise, meaning you are in a relationship. There is no reason for a guy to ever put his needs before yours if you are not claimed. I don't mean that in a possessive way. I just mean boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay, ladies? So if you want more on this or you want to work with me, I have 9 free guides down below. And again, if you want to get a session with me one-on-one, whether it's about stuff like this or I don't know, you're talking to a dude and he's pulling some BS and you want some clarity, I'll give you the clarity that he's not giving you. Ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.